Hey everybody, Tony UV, CEO at VERSPRITE, wanting to do a quick prelude to the blog post that was recent around enterprise risk assessments. I think the title was Death to ERAs, Long Live the OTM, the Organizational Threat Model. And I just wanted to provide some additional points to round out some of the things that were covered in the blog post. So enterprise risk assessments have been around for quite some time. In the past, 25 years of doing ITIS work, enterprise risk assessments have oftentimes been ordered by senior level officials at a multinational company or very large organization in order to get outside validation by a very large consulting firm on some of the things that they already know. And oftentimes, the big four might be behind some of the authorship of these ERAs, and they go in front of the board, they go in front of the C-suite, etc. And oftentimes, again, it's very high level. It's saying things that practitioners within the company already know. And so there really isn't a lot of detailed, eye-opening risk analysis and risk identification. So what's the value, you might ask? Well, the fact is, really personally, I don't think there is much. Especially when you look at the sticker price tag of some of these ranging between $80,000 to $200,000 for every instance of an ERA. Oftentimes, the C-suite or the C-levels, the CISOs even that purchase some of these products, they admittedly say we had to do this, right? So one thing that we have to do in an organization is to truly understand risk, and some of these ERAs do not qualify risk, which is the kind of the lower level difficulty of enterprise risk assessment, qualifying risk issues. And then it doesn't even get to the higher echelon of quantifying risk issues. So again, why are we continuing to purchase these types of products? Well, one food for thought is the introduction of the organizational threat model. A good ERA, I think, really comes down to being able to answer the variables that are a part of risk. What is my threat exposure, my threat likelihood, my vulnerabilities or weaknesses that facilitate these threats from happening? What is the impact that I am going to sustain for all of these threats? And then what are my current set of countermeasures or controls doing to mitigate the impact or to mitigate the likelihood that these threats are going to happen, in order so I can come up to this idea of residual risk. Residual risk is, what do I sit back with? And that would, in concept, make a very good ERA. But today, ERAs are oftentimes leveraging a framework, which there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but it is becoming simply a control gap analysis. And for whatever reason, the C-suite board members are happy with that. But I'm here to try to advocate some level of change and some level of just awakening that there's no value in simply a control gap analysis, right? These frameworks do not know your Fortune 50 operations. They don't know your Fortune 200 goals and vision. They don't know your Fortune 500 personnel changes and product market launches, etc. So why are they basically dictating what is a risk? So the fact that a lot of these controls may or may not be existent within your organization is not a very conclusive evidence that you will have a risk issue. A lot of context is definitely missing. That is why at VERSPRITE, for many years, we've actually leveraged our process for attack simulation and threat analysis, a risk-centric threat modeling methodology at the application level, and we've actually taken it to the organizational level. So this provides a little bit of a preface to the blog post that was recently posted, which is down below. So hopefully you enjoy that read, and hopefully this video provides some anecdotal support to what's included there. So thanks so much, and happy risk hunting. Cheers.